Now we're going to show you how to put your bike back together. Now you've been done painting it, adding detail, painting up spots like this, or just cleaning it with a rag or something. Then you're going to want to put it back together. First step is putting on your brakes. I've already done that. Same as you got them off. It's pretty easy. Then you're going to want to pick it up. Watch out for any of the holes because they're greasy. Look at your fork. There might be not enough grease on it, or there might be like pieces of paper or anything. You don't want any of that on. If you need more grease, just go and grease that up. It's not going to make it any. It's not going to ruin anything. And then you're going to stick that through here. Kept some pieces in, it's fine. Just remember to put them back.
In order.
Yes, in order. Okay. You want to be tight. Then, next pieces, slide them right over. They slide straight down. If you need, use a wrench or something to hit it in. Or when you were taking it out, just hit it and it's going to come straight out. And you attach the brakes to the dangler, I believe it's called. That's done. Next, slide that right over. Don't worry about attaching brakes yet. You want everything on first. Okay, that's not going on. Easy. So just be gentle with it. Might need to loosen the bolts a little bit. Use an Allen wrench right here. Tighten it like so. Loosen it like so. There we go. Slide straight on. Make sure you got it perfect, or as close. Next part. You don't want to do this first. You don't want to do the bolts. So this is you can just do it with your fingers for a bit. So it's all the way in. It's gonna be able to spin easily, especially if you have grease in there. You want to line it up as perfect as possible. You can do that later too, after you have the wheels on, but I recommend doing it now because there's nothing that's moving on your bike. See how it just spun? That's because I have a lot of grease on it. That's a good sign. But line it up. Tighten both bolts if you have two. If you have one, scummy bike, but that's okay. Go ahead and tighten that. Well, make sure everything's tight. You don't want anything falling apart on you. Now those are tight. Then tighten the bolt. It's going to tighten real easily. As tight as you can. That's done. Then you put the brake cables back on. Done. Now, flip the bike over and you're going to put the pedals on. Just going to make sure it's on the right side of the bike. If you're on top over the bike, you're going to want to be on this side. Slide it through. Gotta watch out for those bearings, and if you just paint it, you don't want to scratch it. Just be careful with that. And the ball bearing, and make sure that slides in perfectly. You don't want to lose any of those or damage that, because that is a crucial part of the bike. Then, that hurt. That's on. Okay. Now I kept it in order. Ball bearing. Slide that in. And in here also you're going to want to grease it. Put some grease in there. Because this is the part that spins the most on the bike. Next is that. Then comes threaded. You're going to spin that on. Remember, lefty tighty, righty loosey on a bike. for most things. On the brakes, that's not true. When I'm crooked, so I would spin it on with your fingers. And if it doesn't go on easily, take it back off. Because it might have gone on crooked, like mine just did. See, now I can spin it on with my fingers very easily. Grease will also help that. Spin easily. Make sure everything sits in place properly.
Hold on, Vic. Good.
Okay, now that that's spun on, your other parts, keep them in order. And order is crucial. Lefty tighty, righty loosey. Spins on easily. Then you're going to want to use a wrench. Just going to tighten it. Done. Now see, it might be too tight because see it's not spinning very easily. Just going to loosen it. See, now it's a lot easier. But it depends how tight you want it. If you don't want it spinning with the bike, you want it really tight. If you don't care, I don't care either. Just do that. Now it's time for the front wheel. Go ahead and slide that on fairly easily. There's that. Then here, get your thingamabob. There it is. That is broken. Tighten that. The right way. Okay, now we got the front wheel on. It spins, make sure it's center. You don't want it to be crooked or anything. Make sure it's center with the bike, with the fork, and with the handlebars. Okay, now you got the front wheel. Let's start on the back wheel and the chain, and then hook up the brakes and you're done. I got the pegs. They stay down because it gives you enough. It still gives you enough room to take it off and put it on. Hopefully, slide it on, and don't tighten it yet. You're gonna wanna undo the master link again, as I showed before. Just pop off the pin right there. Pop it off. Oh, it's stuck onto the other one. Perfect. Okay. Take off this. Take off that. Take off that. 3 pieces. Okay. Just gonna put this on here. And connect the pieces together. But you're not done. You might need another person for the next task after you put the master link together. As you can see, I did not tighten the bike. That is for one reason, because the chain is, there we go. Let's see how the chain, put that on easily. There. But the chain is not tight, it's pretty loose. So you're going to want to pull this back as much as you can and have another person tighten it. So just, what you're going to do, so you have one person, here, switch over a little bit. You have one person hold it and center it. While the other person tightens it. One sec. You can just hold the wheel. Just hold it as tight as you can. The other person tightens it. Yeah, the other side. As you can, and the chain is not going to fall off when you're going fast. Okay? And last step, camera now. Last step, connecting the brakes.
Go.
You're just going to hold these together. As I did before, one with my knee, one with this if you're by yourself. Just put that together.